Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 32, Sharkweek, Lamar.
Yeah, celebrating the long-time tradition of sharks just being celebrated as the most dangerous things in the water. Some people don't appreciate it, though, how sharks have been, stereotyped, unfortunately.
So, we ended up watching 3 shark-themed movies.
Yes.
Shark Lake, Bad CGI Sharks, and Megashark versus Giant Octopus.
Mm-hmm.
So, quick rundown of these movies, and then we're going to do a comparison. We have special categories and how we're going to pick what our favorite was. So, Shark Lake, Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph.
We got some star power in this
Drago.
Yep. So he's working for like a group of bad guys that are basically like trading in exotic animals. Mm-hmm. Well, during a police raid, his car crashes, a little shark gets released into a lake, and then he goes to prison. But luckily, the police officer that arrested him, she felt bad because he had a little daughter that had no other family, so she just adopts the kid.
Yep. She's a shero.
Yep. Becomes her mom and all this. Mm-hmm. Well, a few years go by. He gets out of prison. Now the shark has grown up big. It's in the lake. It's starting to eat people. And basically the whole premise is they got to stop the shark. But there's a whole subplot, like this whole drama with the kid and the father of Dolph.
That surprised me. Yes.
Yeah. So that's basically the plot of that.
Mm-hmm. Bad CGI Sharks.
You go ahead, because I don't know where to start with that.
I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible. 2 brothers grow up loving movies. They want to make movies about sharks. However, the father is like, one of these kids is goofy, the other one isn't. They separate the kids. Yeah. One of them moves to California, gets a real job. He's miserable. The other one is just a freaking loser. Even surrounding that plot is this guy named Bernardo, who is mentoring everything, explaining how, you need a muse to make your movie. And so he's kind of the host of watching a movie that he's in. And so he has these magical powers to make the actual shark in the movie, so the brothers can then finish their movie about sharks.
Yep.
And that's it. Yeah.
And a lot of crazy shit happens.
We'll get into the crazy shit, Joe, because that makes the movie very interesting. Yeah.
Yep. And then lastly, we had Megashark versus Giant Octopus. The title describes the whole movie.
Oh, yeah.
On the coast of San Francisco, a Megashark shows up. Off the coast of Japan, a giant octopus shows up. Mm-hmm. Well, the 2 countries decide to team up to get, kill these creatures off because they're harming people. After a while, everything they try doesn't work, so they have the plan of let's just lure them together and they'll kill each other, which is the plot of every Godzilla movie.
Yes.
So yeah. Now we have our categories and how we're going to judge these movies.
Run them down.
The categories: the danger of the shark.
Yep.
Category number 2, the use of the actual shark premise.
Yes.
We have best look and the best CGI.
Oh, boy.
And then we have the best characters / plot story. And then we have some tiebreakers if we need them. But those are the main categories.
Yes.
So, danger of the shark. What do you think?
Okay. I'm going to go to Megashark because there's one scene that does it for me. These people are flying in a plane, and the shark comes out of the ocean and bites the freaking plane. I was down. I watched it twice. It cracked me up because I was just like, wait, so I thought it was going to be like a character that was going to come to America. No. These people just got eaten by a shark that just jumped out of the sea and just took the plane down.
Yep.
So, yeah, Megashark takes it. Maybe we should discuss a little bit of the others.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, Shark Lake, the shark wasn't really that dangerous anyways.
No.
I gotta say, it didn't do that much damage. It wasn't really a threat of the movie that much. So yeah, Shark Lake, forget. Now the Bad CGI Sharks was interesting because they were CGI sharks that were they weren't in the water.
Bam! That's the biggest thing. They're not in the water.
Yeah,
so
not
that
in
takes
the water.
away the sharkiness of the shark.
Well, see, I think that goes to the other premise. So I'm going to say Bad CGI Sharks had the most dangerous sharks because they weren't in the water. Because they were floating through this guy's house. They were following him around.
So because it takes pretty much the shark, what makes a shark... I mean, I'm not going to lie. That makes a good point.
Yeah.
It is a killing machine.
Yeah,
and it's
it makes
not
them more
limited to
dangerous. And at some point in the movie, the main shark develops a consciousness.
Yes, that's very true.
Yeah, and
it gets upgrades.
Yeah, it gets computer upgrades. And so I'm going to say that makes it the most dangerous of the sharks.
So Bad CGI Sharks win because it defies the logic of what a shark is. Yeah. I will give that one to
That's
you.
my vote.
I'll give it to you.
I have one. So we have one for Bad CGI and one for Megashark. You picked Megashark. Okay.
Yeah.
The best use of the shark premise.
Okay.
That one's tough.
It is very tough.
Once again, I'm going to say Shark Lake just doesn't use the shark premise very well at all.
I mean, he eats people, but it's kind of like almost off screen. You have to like...
Yeah.
There was one really bad scene where it could have been an awesome scene where like there's a girl paragliding.
Yeah.
And that could have been a cool scene where it's like the shark jumps, but it's just like...
It's a split second. I had to go back and watch it because I kind of missed it.
Yeah.
You know?
It was just like, oh.
Yeah, he just jumps out of the water, snatches her leg, and it's just a quick shot, and that's it.
Yeah, there's no carnage, no nothing.
You know, Bad CGI Sharks it's a crazy ass movie, but I think it utilized the shark premise the best because the whole focus on the thing was sharks. Like these guys love sharks. It utilized the most kind of puns and the tropes of shark movies. Yes. And like we need an ending. It's got to take place on a beach. So I'm going to say Bad CGI Sharks had the best use of a shark premise.
I feel like they had the best premise because they just destroyed the whole actual reality of a shark anyway. And I think that's the point of the movie. I would give, because I think you have to, Bad CGI Sharks is like a parody of all of like the Sharknado movies and stuff like that.
Yep.
So you have to put it in that vein. Mm-hmm. That's one thing, like when I watch this movie, I'm like, that's some crazy shit, but it makes sense in the scope of the movie. So I'll give it to Bad CGI Sharks.
So we got 3-1 now.
Best CGI. Okay.
Best CGI for me was the easy one. Megashark versus Giant Octopus by a long shot.
So because you could debate like, okay, Bad CGI Sharks. That's where it's kind of like it goes way to the left because not only do they have a shark that's not in the water that just flies around, they make cartoon sharks that follow around the people, and you're just like, okay, there's no reality to this at all. So it's just like, man, the rules don't matter anymore.
Like, right.
And once again, Shark Lake could have been amazing.
Right.
It could have been great.
It was almost as if they didn't put any effort into it.
No, and it's like you have a good premise.
Yeah.
But it's just like, we don't have the budget for a shark.
And I think at some point they were using some kind of stuffed shark, maybe.
Probably. Mega wins, yes.
So we have
even though that movie is fantastical. It's tied? For real?
We have a 3-3 tie already.
Okay.
So that brings us to a very crucial part. Characters and story.
Okay, because we might disagree on this one. Okay. We're going to see, I think the one that has the best story, just the story by itself, is Shark Lake.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Shark Lake for story.
Because I thought Dolph Lundgren was going to be the asshole bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like a more dynamic thing between him and the cop and the daughter and all that. So I was like, oh, this is interesting.
To me, it felt like it was Lifetime movie of the week. And then they decided to throw in a shark into the mix.
But I feel like there's more when you compare it to the other films. Well, more in the way of things making sense. Bad CGI kind of has like a weird like base to it where it's like these brothers are kind of reconnecting.
Yeah.
But the movie is batshit crazy.
It's batshit crazy for sure.
And it's like, it's kind of like they're reuniting. One of them wants to still fulfill his dreams of being a filmmaker. The other one's kind of like, I don't know. But then everything else is like, what the fuck is going on? And so like I was more interested in them, like if this was in another movie or something like that, like maybe the brother had some hair crazy scheme to get his movie made, and he's like, I need you, bro, and his brother's like, this is fucking crazy. But everything else was just nuts.
Right.
So I still give it to Shark Lake. So that's just me. What do
Shark
you think?
Lake for story.
Yes.
And what about characters?
Because like the characters between Shark Lake, because I feel like Megashark is kind of like the stereotypical thing. It's like, oh, scientist, everything. There's a love story. But what interested me was Shark Lake and Bad CGI.
Okay.
So I can't give. I'm going with Shark Lake.
Okay. Shark Lake. So for story and characters,
Story and characters.
Ooh,
Shark
two
Lake.
for Shark Lake. That is a tough one. I'm gonna go with Bad CGI for story. Okay. Because it's just outrageous and it's fun. I like the Bernardo character.
Yeah.
Kind of narrating everything. It was just so outrageous.
Weird as hell.
It's crazy. And I do recommend this movie because it's so crazy. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to give characters to Megashark. Okay. I thought they had the most diversity amongst the characters.
Well, yeah.
You had... by the way, Debbie Gibson, famous pop star from the 80s, as the scientist. She's kind of a free-spirited scientist. Then you had Lorenzo Lamas from Renegade. Yes. He played like more the hard-ass military guy. Then you had like an old Irishman that used to be the teacher.
Named Lamar.
So I thought that was an interesting character. Then you had the Japanese scientist who ends up becoming the love interest of the Debbie Gibson character. So they try to put in a little love. So I thought they had the most diverse and the most fleshed out characters.
Okay.
So that leaves us with this. We've got 2 points for Shark Lake.
Yeah, they're probably going to lose.
We've got 4-4 tie between Bad CGI Sharks and Megashark.
Okay.
So we have to go to our tiebreakers.
The poster.
Boy,
oh boy. Well, Shark Lake
had the best poster.
So I guess we have to look at like what are the movies really trying to be.
Well, I'll give you my answer.
Go ahead.
I'm going with Bad CGI Sharks. I like the look of it. It catches my attention more. For me, Megashark looks a little more generic.
It even has the orange and the blue.
Yeah. So I like the Bad CGI. It has the some of that retro look to it and everything.
Yeah, even though it's batshit crazy, I would probably be like, what the fuck is Bad CGI Sharks about? I'd say Bad CGI.
You're voting Bad CGI?
Poster wise, yeah, because you know what? Okay. Megashark versus Giant Octopus, because that's an Asylum movie. It looks like every other Asylum movie.
So we have a clear-cut winner.
Oh, yeah.
6-4. Bad CGI Sharks is our winner for our Shark Week Showdown.
It's a fucking crazy movie.
It's a crazy movie. And I got to say, I, for the most part, enjoyed all three movies. You know?
Nothing was like a dud.
Yeah, no duds. First annual Shark Week Showdown in the books. Bad CGI Sharks is the winner.
Crazy as cat shit.
But go see all of them because they're all pretty fun. And they're all on Tubi TV.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. So, cool. Yeah. Peace.
Deuces.